hallucinating about patterns and seeing people? Welcome to the world of Charles Bonnet syndrome. I'm Dr Amit Patel and I'm here to raise awareness of this often misunderstood and misdiagnosed condition. Charles Bonnet syndrome causes people who have lost a lot of sight to see things that aren't there. Medically, this is known as having hallucinations. Charles Bonnet syndrome is caused when you lose a lot of your sight and therefore your brain gets less information from your eyes than it's used to. Your brain sometimes makes up this by creating hallucinations. And I know this because I have Charles Bonnet syndrome myself. My hallucination started with cars driving towards me, but then turned to a young woman who covered in blood, mud and tears. I've spoken to so many people with Charles Bonnet syndrome and the hallucinations are so varied. I've heard of others who see people in costumes or people that they know, animals, dragons, unicorns. Some also see landscapes and gardens and even disembodied faces and musical scores. It's nothing to be afraid of, but it can be misdiagnosed quite easily. Charles Bonnet syndrome hallucinations are different from other hallucinations because they are purely visual. It's not a mental condition, but a lot of people do worry about that when they first start experiencing it. But there are lots of different ways to help manage the hallucinations. What I personally find helpful is not to fixate on my hallucinations, but to think of something different, something that makes me happy. And I try and do some mindful techniques, such as meditation or deep breathing, depending where I am. I've heard lots of others find it useful to change the lighting around them. If it's dark, turn on the lights. If it's light, move to a darker place. Some people move their eyes from up and down, left to right without moving their heads, or they simply get up and move around. And the RNIB, of course, is here to help with lots of advice and support. Search RNIB Charles Bonnet syndrome or phone the helpline on 0303 123 9999.
RNIB. See differently.